Hi, Nikki. It's so nice to meet you, even though this is video and online. I'm so excited today to share with you the brand concept strategy that we've been working on. And I want to apologize ahead of time. We actually had this completed for you about a week and a half ago, but I had the flu and I was just out for the count. And unfortunately, I'm the only one that records the videos because uh, I'm the only creative director right now, working on expanding that. But so I wasn't able to record this for you, but today I'm actually in the office. So I've got everybody here. And so, yeah, I wanted to go through and talk through what we were thinking, our strategy, and some ideas for you. So let's jump into it. And this deck will really come to life too with your photography. In it as well will be a photo guide to give your photographer. So if everything goes well today, we can go ahead and move forward with that. So jumping in, I'm going to read some of this to you, but feel free to go in and read it in detail if you'd like later. But our target audience, I know you didn't fill out the persona forms, but I felt like after our phone call, I had a good idea of who we were targeting, obviously. So target audience, corporate clients and nonprofit organizations seeking strategic, seamless, and impactful event planning. Ideal clients value long-term partnerships, personalized attention, and events that align with their mission and goals, right? Ideal. Brand positioning. HB Event Company is a dedicated partner in corporate and nonprofit event planning, offering strategic, high-touch services that go beyond logistics with a focus on relationship building and mission-driven events. We ensure every gathering strengthens brand identity, fosters engagement, and achieves organizational goals. So that is the positioning we have for you based on the answers you gave me on your phone call and in your brand questionnaire. So moving on, mission, vision, and core values. So these are what we came up with as the vision and mission for HB based on your answers with the knowledge of who we're targeting as your audience. So mission, to build lasting relationships with corporations and nonprofits by delivering expertly planned events that align with their mission, foster engagement, and drive long-term success. Vision, to become the go-to event planning partner for corporations and nonprofits, recognized for strategic event execution, personalized service, and a deep commitment to our clients' long-term success. Core values, partnership and trust, which I think is really big, especially in the nonprofit world and business in general. We build lasting relationships by understanding our clients' missions and ensuring every event supports their long-term goals. It's always important to understand the goals before you execute on anything, right? That's like putting the cart before the horse. Innovation and strategy, we go beyond event execution, offering strategic planning to help organizations optimize resources and maximize impact. And reliability and excellence, we handle every detail with professionalism and care, allowing clients to feel confident and stress-free before, during, and after their events, which is honestly such a dream because having run a few nonprofit events myself, it is chaotic. But yeah, so these were all pulled based on, again, we looked into everything that you answered in your docs and then on our phone call. And then we also did a lot of research into who you're going to be working with, who you're talking to, what their goals are, and what they're looking for in a business like yours. And so when we were reading through it, we saw a lot of like words and themes for you, which were like reliability and excellence, trust, innovation, strategy, and personal relationship building. And so we wanted to incorporate that personal part that you bring into your brand and put it in strategically for you. So this is what we came up with so far. And to tell you how that works, I do the direction on messaging. So I'll usually bullet out like a sentence of what I want it to say, and then I hand it over to my copywriter and ask her to make it a little bit better sounding, because usually it's not a full sentence that I write. I'm just like, make sure these are in it and this is who I'm talking to. Moving on, so this is the mood board I came up with. Sorry, it's a little busy today, so I got people on phone calls. So this is the mood board, which I fell in love with. Again, we really wanted to hit those core values of trust, excellence, and reliability, and professionalism, right? But I wanted to keep it feminine, but not too feminine, but also keep it very professional. And so I fell in love with this aesthetic that was very nature-based, but on a more muted color scheme. I think it'll go really well with some of your event planning. It's almost like very earthy. So this is the mood board. As you can see on the first one, we'll have like typography inspiration. The second one is just like if you were to do a corporate like event, like a female empowerment gathering would be really cool, or like a female dinner. The next one is just, again, more color scheme and typography inspiration. I really wanted something clean and recognizable. The next one I think would be really cool photography inspiration for you, but again, still in that color theme. The fifth one is, again, colors that I really liked as far as earthy tones. I really wanted to bring in something grounded and something that was natural but new, and very modern, but very timeless. Next one, again, more typography inspo with the color scheme. Next one is going to be more event planning, like photography inspo. And the last one, I know you wanted to really bring in the hummingbird. And I know you said that it wasn't like a must, but I felt like it was a must. So yeah, we'll see. So color palette I landed on, as you can see from the mood board, is here. So we have ivory, cream, soft beige, moss green, sky blue, dusty blue, and charcoal. I feel like these earthy tones are very warm, reliable. I feel like they're very grounded and they're very strong. I feel like they really put forth confidence, clarity, and sustainability. And so I really love this color palette for the branding that we did. And so let's get into that. So here you can see kind of a sneak peek into some of the logos that we came up with for you. And so we did have an approach. I did do two different things for you, not two different branding styles, but two different, anyway. So I'll just read this and explain it as I go. HB Event Company's logo is a blend of personal meaning, strategic branding, and visual balance. We were inspired by both Hummingbird Event Company and HB Event Co., with a goal to create a clean, sophisticated identity while preserving a sentimental connection to the hummingbird. And so I know that it was HB Events Co., but the HB kind of standing for Hummingbird and I believe your children's names. So I did have a full logo that says Hummingbird Events Co., which I thought looked really good. And then I also have it as just HB Events Co. So you'll see both. We can definitely use both, or we can only use one. It's up to you, totally up to you. So yeah, the brand mark combines the letters H and B, creating a distinctive yet minimalistic symbol of strength and reliability. To complement this, a hand-drawn hummingbird was designed to match the density of the logo, reinforcing themes of precision, agility, and thoughtful execution, qualities essential in event planning. This logo captures the essence of HB Event Co. personalized service, strategic expertise, and a seamless, uplifting client experience. So again, here's a sneak peek. So let's start with HB Events Co. So this is the HB, and as you can see, we took a monogram of H and B, we put it together so that the lines would be the same to create a unique HB logo. So that would be like your brand mark, and then the full logo, HB Events Co., nonprofit commercial event planning, located in Phoenix, Arizona. And I wasn't actually sure if it was Phoenix. I just put that. That's obviously changeable. That's just the whole thing put together, if it was Phoenix or if I made that up. But yeah, and then the brand logo, so you can see the hummingbird illustration there, and that is it's a vector, so it's fully interchangeable with colors, and then it's added onto the HB to create a brand new brand mark. And then the simplified version of the logo is HB Events Co. with a small hummingbird to the left. And then this is the full Hummingbird Events Co. logo. So if we did do hummingbird, this could be potentially what it would look like. And I did love how these came out. I felt like they were very balanced. I loved putting the hummingbird on the one on the far bottom right into the O. I felt like it was unique. So this is definitely an option for you if you like this concept as well. You are not limited to only picking one. We can definitely do a balance of both, whichever you think is better. I talked to my team if it would be too confusing if we did both, and they did not think so. But again, if you're like, no, I want it to be HB because I want it to be more subtle, totally fine. We can drop this one totally. And then, yeah. So submarks. So again, you've already seen some of these, but these are going to be really great for like social media, collateral, fun different ways to put your logo so that it's not always the same thing over and over again. This adds to your brand identity as well. So it's a simplified, versatile extension of the primary logo designed for adaptability across various brand touchpoints. It retains the essence of the brand mark by featuring the combined H and B in a refined, minimal form, ensuring strong visual recognition. A scaled-down version of a hand-drawn hummingbird may be integrated or used separately, so you can totally use just the hummingbird in places if you'd like. I used it on some of the letterhead as kind of like a background idea. There's so many different ways that we can use this. We can turn it into a stamp. So lots of fun ways. So here's some submarks. font hierarchies. So this is kind of the fonts that we picked out. So this is going to be more present on things like your website, your letterheads, and stuff like that. So you're not always going to see that top one that says tan garland. That's going to be for like those main headers or like call to action, like look at me. For the most part, you're going to see red hat display, which is going to be a lot more easy to read. And so you'll see a lot more of that like for your website copy. And then for like the bigger, like look at this hero, it's going to have the more fun typography. Still easy to read, obviously. We want to keep it readable. So font hierarchies here, image direction. So this is the page you're going to be showing your photographer if you like everything you've seen. I've also outlined exactly what I would like from your photographer. One of the most important things I'd like to note is negative space is so important. So letting your photographer know that you need both portrait and landscape photos, but as much negative space as possible, because I like to put elements on that. I like to put words. We can turn that into a postcard. We can turn it into like your collateral onboarding guide, but negative space is great because I can put words on it for you and really turn it into something new. So lots of negative space is great. Web copy obviously could be like your hero image, and then we can put text right here so it has your hero statement. So yeah, negative space is definitely a necessity. So obviously photos of you would be great, but we also want like full face headshots are great. But we also want some no face photos like in the top left with you working, some of not even with like your hands working. We definitely love, they're not called B-roll, but just like photography of the brand so that it's not always just like it's like working, and like it brings a lot more creativity to your website and your collateral, so it's still on brand. So definitely photos with no face. Motion blur, I think that's really cool right now. I love bringing in creative elements, and I think motion blur, especially with event planning, is really flows together well. So I put some examples in of what that blur looks like. So there's the one where she's working and it's blurry and they have the logo on top. I think that looks really pretty. And then the other one I like with motion in general was the one she threw. That's that one in the middle where she's sitting down. She threw a bunch of the stuff that she was working on. It creates this really cool motion photo, and I think that'd be really cool for you too. Blue photos to match the branding. I think wearing a very casual and but clean buttoned up outfit too. So I think the outfits in this image direction guide are really good too. So anything along those lines will really match your branding, make it clean but still professional. And then planning photos, prop photos, any of the tools that you use, that would be really cool. Like how she's moving around images, or like any of like your planning documents pasted on a wall. All of that would be really cool. Any photos you have of events you've previously done, that would be great, because then I can put that in your portfolio. So that wouldn't be done by your photographer unless you want to do some mock event planning stuff, which would be really cool. Would love that if that's possible. But if not, any photos of your past events are great too. So yeah. Business cards. So we don't have to go into detail about this. This is just quick mock-ups that we did to kind of bring the brand to life, so you can kind of see like what it would look like if you had a business card. So we brought in the green so you could see that with the blue, and this one is the full hummingbird event. So if you didn't like that one and you want to do HB, we would just change it to that. But with the brand icon right there. Letterhead, this one is the HB event, and you see it's very clean, modern. I love it. Envelope, so for those business envelopes, if you're sending out care packages and stuff like that, or full events, contracts, whatever you need, we can order envelopes for you. And web interface. So obviously the next step is for us to jump into website. So if this deck is approved, we will go ahead and start working towards that direction. So this is kind of just an idea of like color schemes and what the interface would look like. We want to go very clean, very easy to follow. And we follow a very strict educational outline for your website too, but I'll get into that later. But that's another photo example, how she's sitting with her computer out. It's very business, but very fun. I think that would be really sick pose for you. So any of the photos in this guide, feel free to show your photographer and be like, I like this. If you use the one that Jordan used, I love her work. So yeah. Okay, conclusion. And I'm so sorry I'm talking fast. I try not to make these videos too long, but we're already at 14 minutes and I hate to like take up too much of your time, but I want to get through all of the things that we thought and the strategy and why we did what we did, and so we can hand it off to you so you can make a really informed decision. So final thoughts. HB Event Co. is built on connection, strategy, and seamless execution reflected in every aspect of the brand, from the thoughtful color palette to the intentionally crafted logo and submark. With a balance of professionalism and creativity, the brand conveys trust, expertise, and a deep commitment to supporting corporate and nonprofit clients. Each detail reinforces this mission to create events that are not only well executed, but also aligned with each client's long-term vision and goals. I think that's so important. Thank you. Thank you for exploring the vision behind HB Event Co. As your creative director, it was our goal to craft a brand that feels intentional, personal, and impactful, just like the events HB brings to life. Every element from the logo to the color palette was designed to reflect the company's deep commitment to its clients and their missions. I appreciate the opportunity to share this concept with you and look forward to seeing HB Event Co. thrive. Here's to making every event unforgettable. And the next steps. So if this is approved, we will go ahead and jump into website. If it's not, or if you'd like to see some revisions, or if there's some color that you didn't like specifically, or if there's any different things, what we'll do is we'll hop on a call and we'll talk about what we liked, what we didn't like, what we can improve on, and we'll look at kind of like more mood board stuff. So let's say you didn't like the green or something, we'll go and we'll start looking at mood boards. What do we like about it? Does it identify with your target audience, and how can we marry it all together? So yeah, let me know your thoughts. Again, so if this is a thumbs up, let me know, and I will have the team jump into creating your website, and then you can go ahead and schedule your photography. Actually, you can go ahead and schedule that even if this isn't approved, because we can make those minor revisions in the meantime while you're getting that, because the photography is going to be essential for the website. So I hope this is helpful. Let me know your thoughts, and I'm so excited to show you, and thank you so much, and I hope you're having a great day. Bye.